This is a new trend. This is a new consumer trend. LOHAS, lifestyle of health and sustainability. I think the only company so far in Malaysia that's made a lot of noise about it is Sunway. You can sometimes see their posters. They actually saw it in China and in Taiwan. It's not yet big in Malaysia, very big in the US. In 2005, already it was estimated that over 200 billion US dollars are bought by LOHAS consumers. People that say, I want to buy healthy, I want to buy green, because I don't want to continue damaging my own health and damaging the health of the planet. So this is a new consumer group that actually focuses on this area. According to the statistics, 16% of Malaysians belong to that group of people that are happy to buy those types of products, those types of services. Active stewards of the environment, dedicate to personal and planetary health. Their lifestyle, especially actually young families. I see more women doing this in Malaysia than men. Maybe it has to do with the fact that women are closer connected to future generations. I was sitting in Pahang with the Sultana of Pahang. We had an event for Orang Aslis. And I was the only guy sitting around with these 9 different women. They all wanted to do hijau stuff. I asked them, hey, why is no other guy here sitting at the table? And then they said to me, oh yeah, our husbands are chopping down the trees, we have to do something good for the planet. So, nobody tapes something? Okay, so, but there's something in that. Because the closer we are connected to the future of our children, the more compassion we should have to really take this serious. Now, these are statistics about Malaysians. Malaysians say it's important for the future of the world. That's why I care about the environment. It affects the health of my family. It affects my personal health. It affects the quality of life in my community. And Malaysians are saying, actually, if we look at the top categories here, 94% of Malaysians are already buying eco-friendly or healthy food. Organic food is quite successful. Only problem is much more expensive. Only few people buy it at this stage. The more people buy it, then it can become cheaper. At the same time, the stuff, the cheap vegetables that we get from the Cameron Highlands. Have you been in the Cameron Highlands recently? People tell me temperature there has gone up compared to 20 years ago. A lot of chopping. A lot of the soil is already so bad that they're using artificial soil to plant the vegetables. A lot of fertilizer. In Germany, I can buy a magazine and I can find out how much pollutant and toxic stuff is in my vegetables. And people don't buy from those guys that don't have healthy vegetables. Here in Malaysia, I don't know how much toxic stuff is in my vegetables. But when you look at the farming methods on Cameron Highland, it doesn't look too promising. Because the soil quality has already been so degraded that a lot of artificial stuff is used. That's why more and more people are shifting to organic food, even though it's fairly expensive. Household cleaning products, household paper goods, personal care, electricity, light bulbs. So a lot of the things that we eat or that we use at home, people are already starting to look at green options. So this is a trend, a consumer trend. Appliances, clothing, bottled water, milk, children, babies. Mothers nowadays don't want their babies to have contaminated stuff, toxic stuff. So these things matter increasingly. The only problem is in Malaysia, 66% say it's too expensive, and a lot of people as well, they don't know where it is. So we still have a lot of work to do to increase the number of people that actually buy green and healthy and the availability of those kind of products. Now, there's actually so much pollution in the air now that if it weren't for our lungs, there'd be no place to put it all. Quote from Robert Orwell. Some more case studies. This is a building in Vista Bay, Butterworth. It uses lightweight concrete blocks. They don't actually need to be more expensive than the normal clay bricks or the cement bricks. But the good thing about this building here, I went in there, I looked at it, I talked to the residents, they don't need air conditioning. Just because the building material itself is insulated, it's got air inside, so it prevents the heat from going in. Simple things like that, that hardly anyone uses in Malaysia, can make our operational cost of running our houses much, much cheaper. This is something that I've come across recently. It's an energy saving through changing your air conditioning gas. I was always suspicious in Malaysia when I had the aircon guy come in. You know, they have this little bottle, right? The refill gas. I was always asking myself, what kind of gas is that? Then I Googled it, it's R22. That's the gas they are using. R22 is not allowed anymore to be manufactured, but it's being recycled in the marketplace. Its global warming is 3,000 times higher than carbon dioxide. If this stuff goes out, it's very bad for polluting the environment. But we're all still using it. You can actually shift to a hydrocarbon gas like this that saves 20% of the electricity ongoing. The only cost is shifting to this gas, because you need to get rid of the R22. So you need to pay the guy to take it away, because you can't just let it up in the air because it's very bad for the environment. It needs to be destroyed either in Thailand or in Australia. There's no facility here in Malaysia to destroy the R22. But it needs to be properly contained and destroyed, otherwise it massively damages the environment. So they did a couple of implementations here where they had a very good payback period with different clients that they did. So these kind of things are available in Malaysia. Things like this one here, Eco Tower, where even you don't have to pay any money up front. The people that install some of these things, you know, even LED lighting nowadays, you can potentially lease it or get it installed without any upfront cost for you. The people who supply some of these solutions, they make their money through the savings that you generate in your electricity. So it's actually a very low, it's a no-cost option that can potentially give you a lot of returns. These are actually a cost saving, that's a US case study. I had about 40% of cost savings. Total annual savings was close to 100,000 US dollars. Translated in ringgit Malaysian would be 300,000 ringgit Malaysian. But even simple things like at home, capturing our water and using the water in the garden for watering the plants. That is meaningful. That doesn't save you any big money, but it counts as an effort to do something good for the environment. This is my pension system. Nobody had ever thought about such a pension system, right? Even my mother was confused when I told her I have trees as a pension system. I own 4 hectares of a biodiverse planted plantation in Panama. It takes about 20 years till I get a return. I bought this plantation 7 years ago, so my trees are already quite high grown. And every day they absorb carbon dioxide. Because trees, photosynthesis, take in CO2, turn it into oxygen. And they are hardwood trees, very expensive trees. They'll be selectively harvested. They will never be clear-cut. There'll always be a forest. They'll be harvested, replanted, harvested, replanted. So even I can pass this on because I own the land now. The package that I bought, the pension system, was land plus trees. So I can even pass this on to future generations. Small place, 4 hectares, but I love such a pension system. Even the way we invest our money. Is your investment in things that destroy the planet, or is your investment in things that heal the planet? Interesting question to ask ourselves in terms of our own lives. We can get great return from green stuff. I love tree planting because it's the most powerful way of putting something back, because we let Mother Nature do the cleanup job.